Namaste to all of you. Wish you a very, very happy 74th Independence Day of our great country. And we shall commence with our prayer and the national anthem and the opening song. स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। यथाग्नेर्दाहिका शक्ति रामकृष्णे स्थिता हिया सर्वविद्यास्वरूपां तां शारदां प्रणमाम्यहम्। नमः श्रीयतिराजाय विवेकानन्दसूरये सच्चित्सुखस्वरूपाय स्वामिने तापहारिणे अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। हरिः ओं तत्सत्। Harihi Om Tat Sat. So 15th August 2020, we are a nation very old but very young. It's ever aging but never old. Bharat Mata. So on this Independence Day, we shall kickstart our program with the national anthem. All of you please stand in your own places and concentrate and listen to the singing of the national anthem. Anil, national anthem please. भारत माता की जय। Once again, wishing you a very happy Independence Day and a day for introspection, a day for resolution, a day for more intense work, personal and national. So we are on the threshold of making history, not just to remain creatures of history. Two important people and a few young people will participate in today's webinar. Others will also participate as listeners and encourage the participants, encourage the speakers, listen and absorb the good spirit of India, of what we can do for the country. Somebody asked Swami Vivekananda, what can I do for you? You have done so much for us in the West. And Swami Vivekananda replied, if you want to do something for me, love India. The word used is love India. He did not ask money or gadgets or clothes or bank investments. He said, love India. And that person was more curious and said, Swami, are you sure? Is that all that you are asking? Then the response was, yes, my dear sister, I have asked everything. So if you love India, we love everything. Not just the buildings, not just the infrastructure or our position. We love the spirit of India. So my dear friends, it's a very auspicious day, very historical day, and all of you know it. You have been hearing, you have been reading, you have been participating in so many things. So this is a very important occasion for us to take forward. The flow and the power which Swami Vivekananda generated is unparalleled in world history. His passion, his love, his oneness with our country. He himself said, I am a condensed India. When he used to utter the word India, 5 alphabets, I-N-D-I-A, there is this transformation. There is this experience by one of his disciples, Sister Christine, in Detroit. She said, whole volumes could not have produced such a feeling in others. It had the magic power of creating love in those who heard it. Ever after, India became the land of heart's desire. Her people, history, architecture, manners and customs, rivers, mountains, plains, her culture, her great spiritual concepts, her scriptures, and so began a new life, a life of study, of meditation. The center of interest was shifted. So like that, Swamiji's call for a new India, a resurgent India, is what we are trying to work it out in Vivekananda Institute of Human Excellence through the students and through the professors and the educational institutions, parents included. So we continue with our webinar on My India, the India Eternal. We request our volunteer, Supriya, to introduce one of the guest speakers of today, Mrs. Swati Ram from Bangalore. First, Supriya, please.
My pranams to Holy Trio, Swamiji, and all the honorable guests who are with us today. I'm pleased to introduce Swati Ram ma'am, who is with us today in the webinar. Swati Ram ma'am is an acclaimed thought leader, facilitator, and speaker in the development sector with 9+ years of vast and rich experience at the grassroots, working full time. She also had a prior stint of 7 years in the IT industry with corporates like Infosys and Zeus BCGI, which she believes added to her valuable repertoire of experiences and learnings. Having been a follower of the Ramakrishna mission and highly inspired by Swami Vivekananda from an early age, she plunged into the social sector to be a part of crafting and leading change. She is also the national executive member at the Youth for Seva, an organization promoting volunteer engagement across peers. Swatiram ma'am is an Aritra leader selected among the first cohort of the Social Leadership Accelerator program incubated by IIM Bangalore for the top 70 social leaders of India. Her emphasis is on every individual's ability and responsibility to be and lead the change towards nation building. Now I request ma'am to share her thoughts.
Yes, thank you, Supriya. Welcome to Mrs. Swati Ram, please. Welcome, namaste.
Namaste, Swamiji. Thank you.
May Mother India bless you, everybody bless you.
Namaste and a very happy Independence Day to all of you. It's so wonderful being here. I mean, one thing, the positive thing the pandemic has achieved is actually it has connected the world so closely. People who have, we wouldn't have probably met each other on Independence Day, but we are here today with each other, celebrating the glory of Mother India. Because, the digital world has brought us together. Swamiji started with Vivekananda's message of Love India, and how just the word India uttered by him meant so much to people. They keep saying it aroused a lot of feelings, which even Karthik's rendition of Vande Mataram did in all of us. So today, I think all of you being here, 250 plus of you, especially youngsters, I commend you because this is the first step towards our love and pride in Mother India, that we don't treat Independence Day and Republic Day as just holidays. Many times I see people planning trips. Oh, long weekend है इस बार August 15th आया है, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Let's just go out, have, make merry. We are not able to gauge the value of the freedom that we are talking about today. Most of us here were not born when, we won freedom. And we have to just reflect back today. Swamiji himself once said, I can give you freedom tomorrow, but where are men to actually preserve that freedom? So, what is it that we have got, and what is the value we give to that freedom? Nowadays, when I talk to people, we talk about freedom in so many things. Freedom of speech being the most important. Then we say freedom to wear this, freedom to do what I want. Where are we diluting this whole meaning of the word freedom? Probably we would have known if we read so much about people who could not do anything without the permission of others. And those are the clutches they wanted to get us free from. So this is a day when we have to probably reflect back on what are those people, how did they live their lives, and how did they actually sacrifice their lives. We talk about a few names we remember, but there are so many people who laid down their lives. Swami Bodhmananji keeps saying that the purpose of life is to lead a life of purpose, right? So each person who was born and who was there during our times when we were in the clutches of the British actually made it the purpose of their life. It was, they were just looking forward to make India free. So reflecting back on those times and what we all have to play a role as youngsters or citizens of the country. Two things that I wanted to touch upon today is every time we have this question in our mind as to what are they doing. Very few of us question ourselves as to what are we doing to solve a problem in the country. When you're cribbing about what India is happening or what is happening in the world, take the pandemic for example. We are always ready for scrutiny. I go to a store sometimes nowadays. I see people ready with video cameras. They want to capture if the store or a supermarket or whoever is making a mistake. So while it's good to be vigilant, we should not be, looking for mistakes or faults just because we are expecting everybody to be right. This is a new situation for all of us. So the question of what are they doing has become so favorite to us. We keep passing the buck. What are they doing versus what are we doing? So when I met somebody from the armed forces and I was asking them, how do you people really do what you do? It's not easy, right? Standing vigil on the borders and giving their lives for somebody who probably don't even know who is the person standing there. And they said, if not me, then who else? Do you see that mind shift where we say, what are they doing? Why should I do it? And they're saying, if not me, then who else? And the second question that we always have is, what is in it really for me? Why should I serve? Why should I do anything? What do I get out of it? In everything we are looking for returns, which Swami Vivekananda also called as barter. So if you read about a lot of people who have given their lives for freedom and just try to reflect on these two questions, I think even in Swamiji's teachings, we have the answers of how we have to lead our lives. Chandrasekhar Azad, whom we know very well, all of us, right? He just said that अभी भी अगर तेरा खून नहीं खौला तो वो खून नहीं पानी है जो देश के लिए ना मिटे वो बर्बाद जवानी है बेकार जवानी है he said the youth is worthless. Today when we are always talking about serving the country after settling down many times, right? First you settle down, study, get a job, then let's see of what we'll do for the country. Probably the answer I heard most too when I quit my job in my early 20s. Oh, you, what happened? Why are you doing right now? You'll settle down. What is the settling down? I keep saying, Swamiji kept saying, arise, awake. And we keep saying, settle down, down. And when do you settle down in life? You always want something more. And here is Chandrasekhar Azad, who at a very young age said, Bekar Javani hai. If you can't lay your life for the country, let alone living for the country, if you can't lay down your life for the country, Bekar wo Javani hai and wo koon nahi pani hai. Imagine it should just all of us, want to go work for the country when he's saying it's not blood but water which is running in your veins. These are the kind of people who are our heroes and our legacy. Okay. And this is what we have achieved our freedom upon. Subhash Chandra Bose again, all of us know his famous quote. He said, "Tum mujhe khoon do, main tumhe pani dunga." Right? But he went ahead and said something else. He said, "It does not matter who among us will live to see India free. It is just enough that she becomes free, and we will do anything to give that freedom to her." Here we are talking about, return on investment. I call it sometimes. Even if I'm serving the society, just wanting the society to change in 1 month also is a return on investment. And here he is saying these are people who were not even sure, who were almost sure they will not actually live to see the Independence Day, right? The one which we are celebrating today. But they said it's just important that our mother is free and we will do everything. These are the kind of heroes people, I mean, all my young friends here, they are the ones who have guided us. So somebody told me, this one senior, he said, when these heroes could die for the country, we should at least be able to live for the country. I think that is the message that all of us have to carry in our hearts today. So where are the returns these people look for? Swami Vivekananda beautifully says it, he says, in the world, always take the position of the giver, never be a receiver. Give whatever you can, give love, give service, give every little thing you have, right? And expect nothing in return. There should be no barter. That's the way to give. And this is what all these people you can see giving, that everywhere. If you see in your country, even Gita, we say karmanyavadhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana. No expectation in return. Because if these people had done it, we would have never had the freedom that we had today. And you will see many such examples that you see. I keep asking people sometimes, imagine a soldier who is on the borders, vigilant there, and he starts thinking, अरे किसके लिए कर रहा हो यार, वो लोग क्या कर रहे हैं मेरे लिए, maybe I should expect something, what is it in it for me? We would be dancing to the music at the borders. We would not be sleeping or even celebrating Independence Day so peacefully here. So these are messages from Swamiji. These people have imbibed that we have to take. I read a beautiful book recently called Saffron Swords, which is stories of many freedom fighters. One story really stuck with me. This was about a commander called Kuili. She was working with the Rani in Shivagangai, Tamil Nadu, called Velu Nachiyar, when the British were about to attack their village. So what this Kuili did is they had actually saved all their ammunition, right? What they were willing to use for the war in a temple. So Kuili went there, and using the light which was, lit in front of the goddess there, Rajarajeshwari, she actually burnt herself with all that ammunition. And when asked why, she said, if so many ammunition are less for the British, my queen can again actually win against them more easily. Imagine that she didn't think once before burning herself with all that ammunition, just because she thought that will reduce the power that the British have. These are the people who gave their lives. A lot of times, again, when we plunge into, working for the country, I know all youngsters here, you might be thinking, what is the use? The problems of India or any country for that matter are so humongous. What will it help if I just start doing something, if I help 5 people around me, This is one question which arises in all our minds, and we have to remember this. They say Adilu Seve in Kannada. I'm sure there is an equivalent for it in all languages. It is about the squirrel which laid a small stone when Sri Rama was building the bridge. Now, what could a small stone do? But that was what the squirrel could do. It was the squirrel's ability. Squirrel did to the best of its ability. So we have to remember this Adilu Seve whenever we are serving. And you see so many examples. If Kuili would have that day thought, what will happen if some ammunition goes away? And that was the best she did. I was in Uttarakhand for Independence Day celebrations a couple of years ago when the floods happened. I was engaged in relief work there, and we were celebrating Independence Day. This small girl, Usha, she was less than 10 years of age. She was from a village called Bishnupur. I remember her, across these years, because she did something very interesting. When the floods actually happened, she apparently saw a dharmashala where she was living, because Uttarakhand, a lot of places of pilgrimages, there were a lot of pilgrims staying. It was a 3-story building. So she went and actually knocked each door. And she told all of them that there are floods, the building might drown, please come out, let's all go to a shelter. There were 250 pilgrims whose lives actually this young girl could save just by knocking on doors and taking them outside to a better place. So imagine what would have gone through this small girl's mind. No thinking of what are the big people doing, what are they doing for floods, because she's very young, she can't think of that. And absolutely no question of what am I getting in return. She just thought this is the help I can do at this point of time. This, my friends, is all about seva. What can I do with whatever resources I currently have at this given moment of time? And this is what you see was the legacy set by all our freedom fighters, whether it was Kuili or whether it was Subhash Chandra Bose or whether it was Chandrasekhar Azad, people who were ready to just lay down their lives without even wanting to be alive for the day to see that independence. And this is what Swami Vivekananda also spoke of when he said practical patriotism is just not a mere sentiment or even a simple emotion of love. He says it is the passion to serve your country and countrymen. When you have that passion within you, that is when you're patriotic. Because he says the country is what the men who make the country make it, right? He says that the country will definitely arise. And when is it going to arise? when every person who is in this country is ready to sacrifice their everything for the country and is sincere to the background, right? Sincere to the backbone, ready to give their life for the country. That is when this country is going to arise, because it is the men who make the country. I think this is the message all of us have to take today. Let's really reflect upon and value our freedom. You know, years of colonization, though we have got physical freedom, somewhere within us, somewhere embedded in our DNA, over the lineage, over the heredity that we have got, the one thing that they, succeeded in doing is to make us lose faith in ourselves and in everything that is indigenous and Indian. We questioned everything because they made us feel it was not enough. We are not enough. Our learnings are not enough. Our ancient civilization is not enough. Everything that we have done is not enough. We need a change in everything modern, starting from education. And today, irrespective of how free we are physically, those colonized mindsets still exist. That is the faith that Swami Vivekananda wanted to revoke in each of us. He said, start believing in yourself. If you don't believe in anybody, any number of gods, first believe in yourself. So let's believe in ourselves. Let's believe in our country. And let all of us today pledge that we'll be the men and women that actually make our country. So this beautiful saying that a lot of people put, let's not ask what the country has given us, but what we are able to give the country. Let that be the message we take today. Thank you again to VIHE and Swami Bodhmayananji. He has been a great mentor for me. The first person who actually pushed me to talk on stage and share my experiences. Otherwise, I would have never probably done this. So, and all the young friends, it's wonderful to see you here. Let's all keep serving the country together. And like Swamiji said, Bharat Mata will truly bless all of us, because Vivekananda said, if not any gods, keep praying Bharat Mata. Make her your God for the years to come. And we will all achieve what we want to be. India is truly on its way to be a glorious nation. So there is no doubt there. And like I said, when I spoke for the very first time in Ramakrishna Math, Hyderabad, let's be players in that win. Let's not be spectators who are applauding from the stadium. So that is going to give us more joy and satisfaction and give our lives a purpose, which that feeling cannot be beaten by anything else that we achieve in life. Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.
Yeah, thank you, Swati, for all that valuable suggestions. And in short, you have condensed Swamiji's message. You are in the field, you are working together, working a lot for Youth for Seva and now being a volunteer, etc. May Swamiji bless you, may Mother India bless you. And let us listen now to our good friend Karthik Ram, who has